Hey guys, what is going on? This is Tyler, and today we are going to be doing what if Tien trained with Kami earlier. Now, I believe this what if actually is very likely, and could actually happen in the original, so I decided to just make this hypothetical scenario for you guys. Now, if you guys do want part 2, obviously 1,000 likes, of course. I do believe this what if series actually has a lot of potential, so part 2 might actually drop sooner rather than later. So if you guys do want a part 2 after you watch this video, of course, be sure to hit that like button and get this video to 1,000 likes. And with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the video. We start our story off right after the 23rd Budokai, where Piccolo is currently on the ground and Goku is declared the winner, and Kami is asking Goku if he wants to be Earth's guardian, but we know, like in canon, Goku is not going to accept it. However, in this timeline, something will actually change. What would then happen is Tien would actually ask Kami if he could potentially train on the lookout, and he can actually get to the lookout because he can actually fly there, so he's good, and he's actually down to train with Kami because he wants to get as strong as Goku for the day where they actually have their rematch, and maybe one day where Piccolo tries to strike his revenge on Earth, Tien will be ready for him. And Piccolo currently is on the ground, and he's like brutally damaged after his fight with Goku, so he would just get back up and he would get ready to fly off before he would then say, "In your dreams, weakling." Piccolo would then fly off and we won't see him for another 5 years. Well, the Z Fighters don't know that at least, and they believe Piccolo any time now will probably take his revenge on Goku and eventually the planet. Well, not in soon as in like a day or two, probably like a couple of weeks or so, but Tien wants to ensure the Earth's safety, and so he would tell Kami his reasons as to why he wants to train to basically ensure the Earth's safety, along with becoming the best martial artist he possibly can, and to potentially best even Goku himself. When Goku hears Tien actually say this, he would actually smirk and he would then say, "I can't wait for you to finish your training with Kami. Whenever you finish, I'll be waiting for you." Tien would then say, "Relax, relax, that's only if he accepts." He would then turn to Kami and he would then say, "So what do you say, Kami? Can I train with you?" And Kami's answer is, well, you guys already read the title of the what if, so you guys already know. He says yes. Tien, after hearing Kami's approval of actually being allowed to train with him, he would actually feel his fist tingle and believe that there is definitely some hidden potential that he needs to unlock during this training. Tien turns to Goku with a smile and he would then say, "Get ready, Goku." Goku would then say, "Oh, I will be ready. I'll just be waiting for you." Now, before Tien starts his training, he would actually go to Goku and Chi-Chi's wedding, and they would actually still get married like in canon, and really everything before the 5-year time skip actually plays out as per normal. However, things begin to get interesting at the beginning of the 5-year time skip. This is when Tien would actually begin his training, and he would fly to the lookout because he can actually fly, and eventually he would make his way to the lookout, and this is when he would start his training with Popo and Kami. Now, I'm just going to say it right now. Kami and Popo's training for 5 years could really change someone in terms of power, and I mean in very significant ways. Now, this training is very similar to what Goku's did as a kid. However, I believe Tien would actually complete this training a lot earlier than Kid Goku due to him having a higher power level than Kid Goku. And I don't think Tien would actually complete his training within a year because he's actually a lot weaker than his Saiyan Saga counterpart. Plus, he doesn't have his training partners like Yamcha, Krillin, Chaozu, and Yajirobe. So basically, what would really go down is I believe Tien would complete his training in 2 years. And I believe this would actually make sense due to Tien actually training in the Saiyan Saga for only like 1 year, and Goku, he was only able to train there for like 3 years. And since he's stronger than Goku but weaker than his Saiyan Saga counterpart, and his training wouldn't be as efficient due to him not having training partners, I'm going to say it's in between, and he completes his training in 2 years. Now, after Tien completes his training, he would actually ask Kami and Popo if it's okay if he can maybe bring his friend Chaozu to maybe train, and Tien can try and guide him and show him the ropes. Popo and Kami would then say, "That's fine, you can try and train him up here, but if he is too weak, then I'm pretty sure we can't train him because he probably won't be able to handle it." Tien would then say, "I understand," and he would quickly go down to his place, get Chaozu, and they would both go fly up to the lookout, and eventually Chaozu would arrive at the lookout. I believe Tien would actually spend his 2 years of training in solitude because he really wants to focus on making sure that he got a lot more powerful, because no offense to Chaozu, but sometimes he could be dragging Tien down due to him being significantly weaker, so I didn't want that to happen. And so Tien would spend the first 2 years of training in solitude, and for the rest of the 3 years he would hone his skills, train with Popo, and also train with Chaozu. So yeah, Chaozu is training on Kami's lookout for 3 years, plus he also has Tien to guide him. So I believe Chaozu would also get significantly more powerful than his canon counterpart. Now, over the course of the 5-year gap, I believe Tien would actually master all of his skills, including the clone technique, even also his tri-beam attack. Now, what do I mean by mastering the tri-beam attack? He can already utilize it, so it's mastered, right? Well, not necessarily. His tri-beam is actually going to be similar to that of his Dragon Ball Super's tri-beam. Basically, the new tri-beam attack, it's a tri-beam that doesn't really damage you, or doesn't really seem like it damages you, as far as I remember. So I'm going to say that this tri-beam does not damage you at all, unless you really put in all of your power like a Neo Tri-Beam. A Neo Tri-Beam will definitely damage Tien, but not a normal one. Now, eventually, Tien and Chaozu during the 5-year gap would think that they're actually ready to take on Piccolo, and Kami and Popo actually agree. Kami would then actually locate Piccolo to see where he is at, and he would tell Tien and Chaozu about his location, and as Tien and Chaozu fly, Tien would then turn to Chaozu and he would then say, "Chaozu, you should stay behind. I don't want you to get hurt. And besides, I'd rather give him the respect as a fighter and not try and jump him on a 2v1. I want to face him by myself and beat him by myself. It's alright, Chaozu. I got this. Just sit back and enjoy." Chaozu would then get all quiet, and he would then say in a soft voice, "Alright, Tien." And he would then get a little bit louder, "But you better come back alive." Tien would then say, "Oh, for sure. Guaranteed." Tien would then fly off as Chaozu would then go back on the lookout, and he would then say, "I hope Tien can do it." Mr. Popo and Kami would then hear Chaozu say this, and Mr. Popo would then say to Chaozu, "Don't worry, Tien's got this." Kami would then say, "Perhaps Mr. Popo is correct. Tien has come a long way with his training. You oughtn't worry." Chaozu would then say, "I know, but it's just a small chance he might." Mr. Popo would then say, "All we can really do is believe in him right now, and who knows, if he really gets in such critical condition, we can jump in." Chaozu would then say, "Okay," and at that point we would then cut to Tien's perspective, and he is currently flying over the mountains. Tien would fly over the mountains, and as he's over the mountains, the highest one at that, he would actually look down, and he would then proceed to drop down. As he drops down, we would then see the back of Piccolo with his cape. Piccolo would then say, "Do you really think 3 years of training is enough to beat me?" Now keep in mind, I said previously that this is during the 5-year time skip, so this is 3 years after his training with Kami, so he is still fully trained with Kami, and now he's just training with Popo and Chaozu and honing his skills. Tien would then get in a fighting stance, and he would then say, "Don't worry, demon, you'll be soon seeing your father in hell." As this happens, Tien proceeds to charge at Piccolo, and Piccolo is completely off guarded by Tien's raw speed. It appears that Tien is actually going in for a punch, but Piccolo only sees a blur, and Tien's punch would actually connect with Piccolo's stomach, which would make Piccolo cough up spit and actually take a few steps back out of fear of Tien's raw speed and power. Piccolo would get shocked, and he would then say, "How did you acquire such power like this?" Tien would then say, "Well, it was 3 years of training, but it wasn't enough for you, right? Or was it?" Tien would then rush at him again, and he would just completely slam him into the ground, and Piccolo is just getting embarrassed during this fight. Now, Tien isn't really being the stronger, cocky one, kind of like how Gohan is. However, Tien is just asserting his dominance by completely beating Piccolo into a pulp. However, Piccolo just seemingly keeps on getting back up and back up. Though he is getting weaker, he just keeps on getting back up, which frustrates Tien, and Tien wants to finish the battle immediately. However, he cannot kill Piccolo as it would kill Kami. Piccolo will then say, "Go ahead, kill me. You kill me, no Dragon Balls." Tien will then say, "Well, I'm not going to kill you, but I have an idea." Tien will then get out a little pot, and he would then say, "Mafuba." This would catch Piccolo off guard, and Tien would actually be able to seal Piccolo since he's a lot more powerful. And also because he's a lot faster, so this would just catch Piccolo off guard, and he would be overwhelmed, and so Tien would actually successfully seal Piccolo. So yeah, Tien managed to actually master the Mafuba over the course of Kami's training, and has perfected it to its maximum, and basically is able to successfully seal people, like Piccolo, like what he just did right now. Now with Piccolo trapped in a bottle, Tien would just bury this bottle somewhere, and the threat of Piccolo is now no more. And so without Piccolo Jr., we already know what's going to go down against Raditz. Goku's going to have no one. Or is he? We then cut to 2 years later, and currently Tien is just honing his skills even further. He wants to ensure that he will defeat Son Goku once and for all, so he's actually training for all 5 years. Now as Tien believes he's actually ready to take on Goku, he would sense a very high power level just crash land on Earth, and we all know who this would be. This would actually be Raditz, and Tien would then go and investigate what's going on. As he then arrives, we would get Raditz killing the farmer with the shotgun, and Tien seeing Raditz just kill a random civilian, civilian already indicates that Raditz is up to no good, and he would get ready to battle him. Now this is where we're actually going to be leaving things off for right now, and we are going to be saving Raditz versus Tien for part 2. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, be sure to hit the like button to get this video over to 1,000 likes and to get part 2. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, that way you don't miss when I upload. Along with that, be sure to comment and share with your friends, and join the Discord, and also follow me on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Tien. I'm going to get up out of here. Peace out. Bye.